From NBC News, this is Today with Kathy Lee Gifford and Hoda Kotb. Live from Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
Tell them about the Walk of Shame kit. Because I have no need for it, but it might come in handy for you. Why don't you tell us what the Walk of Shame kit is?
I hate you. Okay, so anyway, if you find yourself, and you know who you are,
yes,
out with a gentleman, and you find yourself at his place, and you don't have the necessary things to leave the house, to leave his house.
The
next day.
I say nothing.
Okay, here's what comes in. Here's what comes in the bag. All right, so you get sunglasses, a toothbrush, you get a T-shirt. And actually, the guy who invented it was tired of girls taking his T-shirts. So he was the one who thought
I think the girls should be tired of him having a different girl every night.
Yes, exactly.
Let's discuss that.
Here's the T-shirt.
Yes.
And then there's this note.
This bag is for all your dirty clothes from the day before.
And this is my favorite part. Here you have two choices. You can leave him a note that says, thanks for nothing, or call me.
Oh, it's
Those
just
are your two options
all around.
Anyway.
And the prerequisite flip-flops, so let's not fool around when there's a blizzard or you're up a creek.
Right. All right.
I tell you.
All right.
What a world.
All right. And we're back with more of Today, and we are on the couch with Dr. Gail Saltz talking about a brand new book she has out called The Ripple Effect, Kathy Lee's Cleaning.
This is the ripple effect from that cheeseburger we had. I'm so sorry. Hi, Gail. How are you?
Hello, ladies.
So we're going to sell you some books today, honey. Tell us about why do we need this book? Why does Hoda need it?
Because women, all women, Kathy, need to know that the way they feel about their sexual selves, their sensual selves. I mean, we are human beings. We are primates. And your sexuality is a huge part of who you are. It ripples out to affect every other arena of your life. How you present yourself to the world, how confident you are. It ripples back. People see you in a certain kind of way.
But sometimes aren't there really confident, cool women who don't have a great sex life? I mean,
Mother Teresa, hello.
Let me say, not having a great sex life currently is not the same as loving yourself as a sexual being, as thinking, I got it going on, I like my body, I like the thoughts I have in my head, I feel free to go out, have pleasure. That's being a sensual, sexual person. You might not have a partner right now. It's not about that.
I think that is all well and good as long as it's in balance with the rest of your body. I mean, these girls that are going home with the Walk of Shame canister every day, I don't care how confident they are about their sexuality. If they don't also have something spiritual going on and something intellectual going on, then that is a third of a life.
You know what? Having sex, or all the sex in the media, that's not really being sexual.
It's so saturated with sex, it's almost boring now.
You're right.
Can we talk about something else, please?
But that's not sensuality, right? That's not being...
Well, sensuality is eating a delicious meal.
Right.
But that's a very sexual experience if you think about it. It's about pleasure. It's a full... I'm talking about full body sexual, power. Your power within. You have it, Kathy Lee, clearly.
She's crazy. Don't you think, though, women have to feel safe to be free when it comes to sex? Because a lot of women don't feel the confidence because you have to have that sort of safe space before you can just let it all go.
And you know what? The safe space needs to be in your
brain.
head.
That's the biggest sex organ of all.
That is your biggest sex organ for women.
You see hair.
But,
anyway.
But it is. But you're right. Well, for women, it is. It is the biggest sex organ. And you're right, because guilt can get in your way.
Yeah, a lot of women do.
Shame.
Although I don't know if anybody has that anymore.
But this book is about those stories that women carry around psychologically that inhibit them, that shrink them, that make them sexually, less than or imprisoned.
Well, women have a lot of questions, and we actually have a couple on tape. Let's take a listen to our first question, Gail.
How do I find who I am as a woman, as a sensual woman, without it being based on another person, a man giving it to me?
Great question.
That's a great question. What do you think?
A man cannot give you a sense of sexual confidence.
How about 20 of them?
Well, it might help a little. But no, really, a man can't give that to you. It really does come from within. It's really a feeling you project. Now, it so happens that if you're projecting it, you may attract a lot of men.
Yeah,
you will. And you will get a certain kind of feedback, and that might continue to move it forward. But let's face it, you can be with not a great man. You can be with not a great partner, and it can't rob you of that great sexual feeling unless you didn't have it to begin with.
And men do think confidence is one of the sexiest things a woman has going for her.
Everything
You know, it's the woman that walks into the room and you go, ooh, she's not necessarily pretty, but there's something
about her.
charismatic.
Hoda's beautiful, Gail.
Stop it. You both exuded. It's a
All right, let's go to our next. We have another question from another viewer, which is better than this. Okay.
What do you think about dating in the workplace? Is it acceptable, or should it really just not be touched?
Dating in the workplace.
Look, who are you going to
Problematic.
You're going to meet people in the workplace. So I say, if you are confident in yourself, you will know the boundaries. It's really about boundaries. You don't want to cross the line in certain kinds of ways.
Confidence against the rules within the same.
You need to know yourself. And you need to know what the rules are.
But that makes it dangerous, doesn't it, Gail?
Which is what people like.
Which is a lot of people like the risk.
But if you are a guilty woman, then you're going to go in unconsciously and do something to sabotage yourself. That's the point. You see, if you're sexually guilty, then you're all the way guilty, and you're probably going to do something in the workplace that's going to screw things up for yourself.
And destroy your job, which then you're really not going to have any confidence.
Otherwise, it could
just trying to think things through, folks.
Gail, the book is great.
Yeah, you're terrific.
Yes,
Thank you
very, very much.
It is
called The Ripple Effect.
I hope women will realize sexual power, it's the key to other arenas of life.
See?
I like it. I'm hot. I'm never right now. We'll be right back after these messages.